All right, hey, today here in the man cave, we are going to remove an oil pressure sensor on a 2009 Chevy Silverado 1500 5.3. This is the one that is behind the engine. It is a very difficult sensor to get out. Having the right tools really does help a lot. We've gone ahead and removed the shroud that covers the engine, because where we're going to is back here in the back of this engine that we're going to change this out on. So we're gonna go in there, we'll set this in here, give you an idea where it's at. I'm not going to video getting it out. I will tell you exactly how to get it out and what you need to do. But what we're looking for, if you look down through here, there's a little plastic piece right here. We're going to push this little plastic piece back. If you look down in there, see if we can get this to hold here. Get this light over here. There's a sensor that's down there. There you can see the top of it. I'm gonna try to move this. That sensor is sitting right there. It's the top of that sensor. I'll try to get back and put my hand on it. Let's get this light in there just a little bit better. And push this back. Now you can see that sensor right there. That's the jewel. That's what we're looking at. Right there. So unplug that, and you're going to take a sensor socket with a wobble extension. It can be a 4-inch or a 6-inch. I think I'm going to use a 6-inch on it, with a stubby ratchet, and we'll get that removed out. And then we're also going to go ahead and remove the screen that's down there below that as well. There's a little locking pin. This one looks like it's been removed or messed with before. The locking pin doesn't seem to be on it. Locking pin would be right there. If it was there, it'd be blue. So we're gonna reach in there and squeeze that little piece right there. We'll disconnect that, and then we'll remove that sensor out of there. Get also the screen below it. Clean the screen. I don't have one to replace it with, but we'll clean it, get it put back in there, and see what it looks like. I'll show you the tools real quick. Here's the tools we're gonna use to get this out. Here's the socket that I was telling you about. It is a sensor socket. Pick these up in any of your local parts store. They're not that expensive. I suggest using this because if you try to use that size of a socket right there, you're most likely going to step into a 1/2-inch drive, which is going to be just really big to get back there. There's just not a lot of room. This little wobble extension, it's a 6-inch. This actually might be a 12-inch. But either way, use an extension with that wobble on there. It's going to make a whole lot easier to do. Insert it in there. You're going to go back in there, and you're going to slide this down onto the sensor, and then you're going to connect your ratchet here. That's what I use, so I can get a little bit of swivel out of it. Bust it loose, and then if it still doesn't turn easy, I have a small little ratchet that I can get up in there with, and I can work to get it out. So that's what we're going to do. We'll get it out of there. We'll show you the screen and the sensor, and then we'll get in there, start it up, and see what it does. All right, good deal. Stand by. All right, there we're back. Here's the sensor. We got it out. I don't know. You can tell the engine there in the area where this thing was mounted. It's not too very clean. I suspect the screen is not going to be very clean. We're going to pull that out right now. There's a little trick to that I actually saw online. We'll get that pulled out real quick, and then we'll show you what it looks like. Let me show you what we're going to use. We're going to take this bolt right here. We're going to drop it down where the sensor came out from, where the threads are there. We're going to thread this into the little screen very lightly. Thread it into there, and then just pull up on it, and it should pull out according to what I saw online. So we'll get that pulled out, and then we'll take a look at that screen. All right, well, we replaced the switch here on this, or the sensor I should say, on the oil pressure. And you're reading low there on the gauge still with the new sensor. On my scanner, we bring it over here and we go into run mode. And as you can see, well, it's kind of hard. That is engine oil pressure. Come on. Engine oil pressure sensor, and it is very low. We gas it a little bit, take it up to about 15,000. Sorry, 1,500 RPMs. Still no change. Not hearing any noise in the engine itself, but it still doesn't look very good as far as what the oil pressure is. Okay. All right, well, here's the filter that was in there. It's got some pokey on it. Doesn't look real great. You can see there. The up at the top looks all right, but man, down below. Come on, camera. Yeah, it's a little dirty. We're gonna try to clean it. I don't have a new one to put in for you, so we can clean it out with some cleaner. It's really bad right in there. Yeah, that could be causing it to be a little low pressure reading. So let's get it cleaned out. We'll put it in and see what it says. All right, well, I'd say it looks a little bit better. You can see through it now. Oh, still got a few particles in there, but we're definitely much better than what we were. So we'll put it back in and see what it does. All right, here we go, back in the truck. Let's see what this thing does now. We got that. We did install the sensor first to see what was going on, you know, if it was a sensor issue or not. And oil pressure came up to about, I don't even think it was 20, and then it dropped out slowly, which you saw in the previous video. So now we pulled it back out. We pulled the screen out, the little filter that's in there. I did not have a filter to replace it with, so I went ahead and cleaned it with a little bit of brake clean and blew it out, and cleaned up really well. So we're gonna see what it does now. We'll get it started up and see what the pressure does. So. Oh, well, looky there. Now we got it up closer to 40. Definitely better than what it was. See how long it'll hang out there though for. Let's see what we got on our scan tool. Scan tool is showing much better as well, 34. Give it a little fuel. It's up to around 1,500. Definitely see the gauge has moved up to 40. We got 44 here on the meter on the scan tool. Now we'll go drive it. We'll see if it holds on once it warms up, because the engine is a little cool right now. So, but we're sitting about 2,000 RPMs. Got good oil pressure. If that filter had that little bit of particles in it, was just enough to cause it to have a bad read. So let's go drive it. We'll see what it does. All right, here we go. Here's the startup. I'm gonna go drive this truck real quick, see how it performs, see if we can get it heat up, and I'm gonna go from there. Let's see if I can get the seatbelt to come across. All right, as you can see, just started it up, and engine is it's warmed up because I've had it already started when we were doing that testing a while ago. So we're sitting at pretty close to normal operating temperature. We've got, oil pressure there. We've got it in reverse. We've got oil pressure here. You can tell we're sitting at 29, 30, which is really good at idle in reverse. So we'll drive this and see how it performs. See what it does. So. Let's head down the street here and we'll get it up to some operating speed of 55 or 60. See where it holds at. And it looks like it's going to do very well. I'm not expecting it to drop off. I mean, like I said, it's already warmed up on its temperature, and seems to be doing really well. But he's been having an issue with this vehicle for quite some time, trying to get this oil thing. That's why I say I think that, you know, somebody's been in there and replaced that sensor, it looks like, before, because just some stuff had been moved around and that little clip not being on there. But I don't think they removed that filter or screen or whatever you want to call it. And like I said, I did not replace it, but I did clean it. It was very dirty, which you saw in the video. But we'll drive it now, and we'll see what it does when we get it up to speed here. Right now we're still sitting really good on the scanner as well. So I can get it to focus in on that. So. Alright, let's get this thing up to some speed and see what we do. These are the vehicles, I believe, you know, a job I used to work at, I worked on a lot of patrol units, Tahoes and stuff, and they never, very seldom ever ran above 40. I mean, they would sit at about 37, 38, 39 on our scan tool there. Here we are doing about 62. We're sitting under 40 on the gauge itself. And if we come over here and we look at my scanner, which is going to give us a little more accurate reading, you know, we're still same thing. You know, we're sitting about 30, between 35 and 38. So I just don't believe these vehicles run above 40. At least not with the experience I've had with the police Tahoes and stuff like that. So, but anyways, well, there you have it. It's driving very well. We're not got any noise. We've got really good oil pressure. No more bells going off inside here. Because of the oil pressure being low. So we'll go ahead and end the video. Like I said, it's a 2009 Chevy Silverado half-ton with that 5.3, and it seems to be performing well now. No check engine lights are on, and doing what it's supposed to be doing. All right, good deal. Well, thanks for watching the video, and we'll catch you next time.